I see so many people asking me in my DM, Sam, what are the products in digital marketing? What are people selling in digital marketing? How are you making money in that? All those questions we are going to be looking at. Then we are going to look at mistakes. Common beginners mistakes. Let me tell you, I was a beginner one time, and beginners make a lot of mistakes. What are the most common beginners mistakes that beginners do, sometimes knowingly, other times unknowingly? But what are those mistakes that beginners do? If you are new, by the way to become a classmate is to follow the page. So go to the top and become a classmate by following the page. Go to the top, become a classmate, follow the page by becoming a classmate. Become a classmate. Become a classmate by following the page up here. I'm seeing a very big team. Can I tell you something? 77% of people who attend my TikTok live have not yet become classmates. All right? Have not yet become classmates. So, can you go ahead and become a classmate? Because that way you are guaranteed that every time we post content out there, every time we are creating this content, you will be able to literally see all the information, the details, and the guidance that we put out there, so that you can learn from scratch free of charge. And then if you see this is a good fit for you, you can start your online business. You can invest in the business and get started. You can actually decide, I am doing this is my business and I am going to do it. You can make that solid decision and go all in, move forward with it and decide that you are going to do this, the digital marketing business. Now, I want us any other question. All right, is there any other question that you would like me to look at it? Those are the main questions you're going to be looking at. What is the advice, the best advice for beginners to start their own businesses? These are questions you guys can be able to ask me. If you asked me, for example, if I wanted to quit my job, let's say I wanted to quit my job and I wanted to quit this job, I had 3 months. I had 3 months to figure out my life. 3 months, and I was starting from scratch. First of all, what exactly should I do? So for me, this is what I would tell someone. Work like you're working on employment. Work for 8 hours. Do not work for any less. Work for 8 hours like you're working for employment. That is going to be my number one advice for someone who is looking, to start from scratch, make money with digital marketing, and they want to quit their job. I would tell them, if you have got 24 hours, divide 24 hours by 3. So you have got 8 hours, and then you have got 8 hours, and then you have 8 hours. So the first 8 hours, work for the job you're working. The next 8 hours, work on your online business. Then you can rest or do other things in the other 8 hours. Can you imagine? 8 hours. That's a lot of time that we waste in our life. Because if you took your 24 hours and you split 24 hours into 3 categories, so you would have 8 hours, then you would have another 8 hours, then you would have another 8 hours. So if you were just to do 3 things, 8, 8, 8, you would be able to accomplish a lot. So include those 8 hours to resting. Sometimes we rest a lot of times, by the way, and that is the number one mistake that we do. We rest a lot of time, like we rest too much. So when we rest too much, we end up missing out this particular. So I've prepared 10 very good questions for our guest who is joining us in the next 9 minutes. I want you guys to prepare. How many of you guys are ready for our guest who is going to be joining us live right here on TikTok for an amazing interview? It's going to be podcast-like. You guys are going to be watching this from there. You're going to be asking questions. It is going to be fun. If you are ready, comment ready down below here if you are ready. Let me see. Comment ready if you are ready for this. Comment ready. Let me see the comments below here. Those who are ready for the class, comment ready. Let me see the comments, those who are ready. If you are ready, just type ready. Charles, how are you, sir? Happy to see you there. Elizabeth is ready. Thank you so much. Jay Wahome is ready. Thank you. My brother Brandes, how are you? Very. Tell me you are ready from which part of the country, from which part of this world, which part of this continent. Where are you ready from? Tell me in the comments. Like, I'm ready from this place, ready from this place, ready from Nairobi, ready from Naivasha, Nakuru, Botswana, South Africa. Tell me, I'm ready from where? Which part are you ready from? Okay? Now, this conversation we are going to be having is going to be involving making money online with digital marketing. That is my expertise. That is my path. And I have told you before that I got awarded and nominated as the best digital coach of the year. This is a trophy. I got an international trophy, guys. And I got this trophy as the best digital coach of the year. I'm seeing South Africa in the house, Nigeria in the house. Who else do we have in the house? Let me see. Who else do we have in the house? Let me see the comments. Who else do we have in the house? Comment. Let me see. Who else do we have in the house? Come on, tell me in the comments down below here. Who else do we have in the house? Canada, Alex Koech. Okay. Very well. Alex, thank you so much for the follow. Zimbabwe in Harare. Awesome. Makofi ko Alex. Let me see there. Where are you now? Me, I'm in Nairobi. Nairobi, Kenya. That is where I am right now. I am showing people how to make money from the comfort of your home. I was a high school math teacher and I quit my job and then I get to work from the comfort of my home. So this is exactly what I'm telling you. Sasa remember hiyo juu kwa nini? So I was explaining something. I want to explain something here. So I was telling you, digital marketing is a genuine online business that you can do. So I got awarded this trophy as the best digital coach of the year just because we are not just doing digital marketing for the sake of saying that it is digital marketing. We are doing digital marketing because, first of all, it is genuine. So if you have the fear or worried about this digital marketing, whether it is working or not, I want you to rest that concern completely. Is that clear? I want you to rest that concern. It is genuine, it is real, it is working, and people are already borrowing this idea and they are running with it, promoting the e-learning programs on the internet. And this is exactly what got me from a classroom high school teacher. Now, for me, I never thought that one day I would ever get an award as the best digital coach of the year or anything of that sort. I was doing it to help somebody else out there who is like me, a dad like me, a parent like me, someone who is teachable, someone who is willing, someone who has got the zeal to succeed. And that's exactly what got me into showing other people how to do it right here on YouTube, right here on TikTok. And then I show you the exact path, the program that you should follow for you to generate passive income from the comfort of my home. And then in the next 5 minutes, guys, in the next 5 minutes, we are going to be having an amazing guest who is actually going to be showing you how she was able to get thousands and thousands of followers online. And on top of that, it became her income source. Can you imagine? Her income source. And it's going to be Q&A. It's going to be questions and more discussion. And the best part is that you guys on that end, you are allowed to drop your question down below here. And you can ask the question as long as you are asking a question that is targeted on the point of conversation. We are now, the audience, you guys who are watching us there, you can drop a question and then we are going to look at your question and respond to the question. Is that clear, guys? So this is going to be absolutely awesome. In the 4 minutes, we are going to be up and running. I have got my list of things that I want to know. I know I'm also going to be explaining a few things here and there. Not a few, a lot of things, by the way, so that if you are new in digital marketing, if you are willing or looking forward to start, if you have no idea what this is going to be the best. Listen here, my friend. This is going to be the best interview or the best live that you have ever attended. And I can show you and help you exactly to be able to get started today from scratch. Even if you're a complete beginner, this will literally change your life completely forever. Hi, Violet. I'm doing very, very well. And I'm happy. Thank you so much. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing well. Me too. I'm doing very, very well. Is that clear, guys? Yes. So that is going to be the case. You are okay to ask any question. and I will walk with you step by step by step. So, when we talk about digital marketing, first of all, it is good to understand it is an online business where you promote and sell digital products on behalf of somebody else. However, you keep 100% instead of the popular commission. That is what digital marketing is. It got me out of the classroom because now you are earning a good income, and more importantly, it is also going to be giving you shortcut. I look at digital marketing as a way to really get into a shortcut way of success if you think about it, because you don't have to go through the headache and the tech that so many people go through. You don't have to go through the tech and the headache that many people have to go through for them to be able to understand exactly how digital marketing works. But for you in this case, you can learn from real people, not Google, not AI, real people who have done it, and they have been able to see results. They have been able to see success, and you can be able to borrow from that success, be able to get that success, and be able to borrow it and understand exactly how can you be able to tap into this amazing success that you can work with, use it the way it is, and able to succeed. How are you, my friend? Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Can you hear me loud and clear? Very well. Okay. Let me see. All right. So I don't know how this is. Waiting for others to respond. All right. So I don't know what it is saying. Anyway, how are you doing, my friend? Oh, okay. There it is. So there'll be sometimes I'll be here on top, and then you're going to be coming up. So it's gonna be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be very cool. So then from here, I don't know. Let me see how I can be able to flip you so that you now you can come here and then me I can be down. So when I'm talking, I am here. Oh my God, this is awesome, right?
Oh, you're done talking. I thought.
Yeah.
So just a minute. I was talking about how employment, how Kenyan education. Never. There's something that Kenyan education never told us. They never told us that we are going to campus or college to become employees.
Yeah.
Like our Kenyan colleges and universities only train us to become employees. They never give us anything or courses that can make us be independent. Yeah, so that is what I was talking with my people here.
Okay. So are you okay? Can we kick off? Can we kick off the ground running? Let me know in the comments that we can kick off.
Yeah, we can.
Absolutely. So I want to assume we are just starting right now. We are kicking off right now. Let's say, for example, you don't know who I am. You don't know who is our guest speaker, and you're wondering who is this person. I'm shouting a lot. I think so. I think I am. There you go. So it's gonna be like that. So this is gonna be your show time. Okay? Is it flipping like that on your screen?
Yeah, it has flipped.
Does it look awesome?
Yeah, it is.
I figured out right now. Like I just knew there was such a thing right now. So every day we are learning.
Yeah.
Very
All
well.
right. So
So
how is everyone? How are Sam's audience? How are Sam's people? How are they doing?
first of all, let's start from here. Who is
Yeah.
our guest today? Who is our guest today? You're going to tell us a little bit about yourself, but I want to say the lady who is speaking with us today, she's a work at home or a stay at home who is working from the comfort of her home. She quit her 9 to 5 job, and she's going to tell us beautiful, wonderful stories about her. But without so much further ado, I want to give the floor to you. Actually, it's your stage. So go ahead, take it and roll with it, my friend. Welcome so much.
All right. Thank you so much. So, in case there's anyone who has never seen me, or has never heard about me, my name is Liz, and I am a full-time digital marketer. I started the business on the 10th of May after being so bothered and so worried about my future, and I was really looking forward to to having something or to finding something in the internet that I can do and bring me good money. That would come with good money and adequate, or rather, yeah, enough or adequate time, because those are the things that I was looking for. Okay, I was looking for both time and money, financial freedom, and I couldn't find those two in employment. I couldn't find those two in employment. In employment, I used to be very broke because it's salary, and salary only comes at the end of the month. All right, this salary was never enough for me and my responsibility and the responsibilities that I hold. Okay. So it wasn't so enough. I used to, can I use the word suffer? I suffered. It sounds harsh, but it is what it is. I really suffered from working I used to work more than 13 or 14 hours a day. Never used to have offs. Offs zilikuwa zinakuja ni kama flash ama lightning. Shh. So most of the time, ni ile time I am at home. I mean, I'm at work. Most of the time I'm at work, and I promise you that most of the time that I used to be at work, I used to be very broke. Okay, until I met, or rather, I met Sam, because Sam, I am a product of Sam. Sam took me through digital marketing. He showed me how business is done, and through the guidance and through the blueprint in the course, I made it here, and I can never go back. I love it here, and I can never go back. Yeah. So the journey started this year, but I had seen, or I had heard about the business last year in the year 2024. But I can say that that wasn't the right time, because I never started then. I started this year. Why I never started then is because I was too comfortable in my place of work. Any 2024, that is, I was comfortable. I felt like, siniko na mshahara rent, man. See, I'll pay for rent and life will move on. And again, I'm used to this kind of life. But until it started hitting me that time is going, years are passing by, and there's no one who will ever come to save me. I don't come from a really rich family, and I knew that, if you have rich parents, unaweza relax useme, after all, my dad ataniachia a few properties here and there. We have old money at home, But for me, my case was different. I felt like I was alone. And thank God I have both parents, but I felt alone in terms of finances, like being stuck and looking like seeming as if I was just zero grazing. Year in, year out, no development, no growth. I felt it's time to do something different. I felt it's something to look for something I can do. And especially in the internet, because I had heard people of my generation were doing so well. Mtu to your age mates, lakini yeye akona all the time, they work from home, they live good life, but I really couldn't place my hand on what they were doing exactly until I found it. And now here I am, testifying that I can never go back to getting or looking for a job. I'm done. I was so done in writing CVs. And yeah, I thank God for this one.
Wow. Thank you. That is absolutely awesome. So let me introduce myself, because I didn't, for your audience now, I didn't even tell them who I am, right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my name is Sam Gicheha. From those who are watching us on the other live, I'm a digital marketer. Very excited and very happy to talk about it with so much conviction, with so much joy. And I hope that you too can believe in it the way I do, and it can change your life. And with us here, we are having an awesome interview here with my friend. Have done this for 15 months now. It's been a game changer. I tell you, do it and don't look back. It will totally change your life completely. It got me from working for 12 hours draining job to being able to work from the comfort of my home whenever I want. Not even 2 hours per day, whenever I want. Like pockets of time in between. And that is the joy that I like about the digital marketing business. So we are on this amazing live, and I'm super excited. So do you mind if I can be able to ask you a few questions here and there, if that's okay with you? Is that okay? Is that a good yes?
Yes, it is. Go
Uh,
ahead. But before you do that,
now,
Peter is saying,
yeah,
Peter says that he relates and he calls that a rat race cycle. And I agree.
that's exactly what it is. A rat race.
Yes, a rat race cycle for the rest of your life if you don't do changes or if you don't think about it and start making a change or a difference.
Yeah.
But generally, it's a rat race cycle. Year in, year out.
Doing the same thing,
Yeah.
expecting different results. My
Yes.
friend, false beliefs. Let's start from there.
Mm.
False beliefs. Um, it really took you some time to get started, and there are people who are here who are not watching us for the first time. I call them classmates, and in my team of classmates, you find that there are literally thousands, like so many people who are classmates. They are watching on the sidelines, never ever making a decision to jump in. We call it false belief. There's something holding you back. So I want to ask you, Liz, what was your biggest myth or false belief that you feel it held you back? It is something that was in your mind that you thought was the truth,
Yeah.
but it was not the truth. What is that
Yeah.
one big, strong belief that you think it stopped you from moving forward and starting the business without having to wait for 7 months? What do you think is, or what do you know, like exactly, this is exactly what stopped me from making up my mind and joining the business? It is literally nothing physical, it is a thought process. Do you have a myth that you can identify and say, these were things I believed they were truth about making money online, but then they were not the truth, and that's how I was able to do it? What do you tell my friend? Welcome.
Well, I had the myths and they really affected me. As I had mentioned, I came across, or rather, I heard about digital marketing last year. That was in 2024, early 2024. But I couldn't really place my hands on the right thing or the genuine thing. So I fell into the wrong hands in the beginning. I will say here that I got scammed because I was trying to look for a business that I can run in the internet, and for that reason, I think I presented myself so desperate at the time until I fell into the wrong hands. So falling into the wrong hands until I lost money gave me that mentality of Vituza online ni scam.
Mm.
All right. And I settled at that. Na nikasema hizo mambo staki tena. Remember that was early last year. Na nikasema hizo mambo staki tena. I'll just concentrate and focus with my current job, even if it's not that good. But as time went, as months went, the more months went by, the more I could see Sam on my FYP on TikTok. So Sam's kind of gave me a different view or a different opinion a different opinion about online businesses. He gave me life again about the same. All right. So at least I had the myths that I had that these things are also like negative and do not work for everyone. Is Sam who gave me that, who helped me erase that mentality. I watched him. The first time I saw him on TikTok was in 2024, in July, when he was just starting. But then again, remember at the time I was employed and I was somehow kind of comfortable and I was also scammed. Okay, so I had no business in this. I had no business in joining an online business because niko employed, niko na salary at the end of the month. That what pay walinikon. So I'm not bothered. But as I listened to him, joined his lives here and there, he gave me hope. Until now, I changed my mentality. And come whatever confirmed that this is the business that I want to do is after I resigned. Because for me, my case is very different. I resigned before starting the business. And I never resigned because I wanted to start the business. I resigned because I was sick and tired of the employment that I was. I was so tired of the the job that I was in at the time. Okay. And so I handed my resignation letter early this year. Then after handing over, now I am at home, jobless, depressed, and all that. And then at the time I met Sam again. Now I am at home, sina kazi, so I'm very idle. I have all the time. I'm just at home, you know. So I gave it a chance. I said, let me go and hear what this is all about. So I started also joining his lives, attended a few webinars, and then I finally sealed everything when I attended his physical class. That is where everything was confirmed. That is where I knew everything that I needed to know, and that is when I started. That was the beginning of my journey. Yeah. And until I joined, I went to his physical. He taught everything that I needed to know. I said, this is it. Yeah, and that's how I was able to break all the myths about digital marketing.
All right. I have literally identified the number one false belief was, you are comfortable at your workplace. It didn't really seem like the job. You can lose a job. How many of you guys are employed? Give me a one in the comments if you're employed. If you work in a 9 to 5 job, on Tuesday you're going to be working, on Wednesday, Monday to Friday you are in your workplace. Give me in the comments if you're employed, like you go to a workplace or you have a business and you open every day. You are still employed by that business. All right. Yeah. How many of you guys?
You're employed by your business.
You are employed by your business. So tell me in the comments if you're employed. Let me see those who are employed. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Comfort zone. Comfort zone can be a myth because you believe that it's going to last, but then she realized it was not going to last. Another common belief was the fear, because you had fallen before. It automatically shows that you are also going to fall again in the future, and that's exactly what Liz is talking about. There's somebody here, Liz, who actually lost 400k. Her name is Faye Tindy. She literally lost 400k on the internet. Like, oh my goodness. Like, she lost 400k. How can you tell? She already has got fear. Like, what? I don't know. She's not held back by fear or myth. Hers is real. She literally lost all that huge investment into the online. What do you think is or what? I don't know how to ask that question, because it is tough and difficult, but we are very much convinced and sure that digital marketing is the best investment that you can make. What things would you tell her to consider?
Hey, 400,000 is a lot of money, guy. Oh my God, Mimi, I just lost 6,000. I'm very sorry to whoever lost that amount, because that is big money. I'm very sorry. Oh my God, 400,000 is big money. That is good money. I would lose my mind. But you deserve and you have all the rights, because we are humans. You have all the rights to feel how you feel, to feel a bit like you want to hold back and wait. But the question would be, yes, you lost the 400,000, but do you have anywhere or anything that you're doing that can bring back the 400,000 like instantly? Of course not, because things are tough. Okay, so if you keep holding back or holding on to, I lost money, and you don't want to erase and or kind of try to forget about it and move on,
Yeah.
you will remain in your current situation forever. And that song of I had lost money kitambo will keep on, itakuwa ni the song of your day every time. But so what you can do, so the question was, what can I say or what can I tell them or what advice can I give so that they are able to come out of that and you're able to do progress and make progress in your life? Because if you keep on holding on to, I lost 400,000, meaning you will not make progress, and especially in the internet space, because the internet space, everything is done mostly purely digitally. Okay, so what you can do maybe is, before you invest in anything else for now, just do your research. Just do your research. There's a lot of information in the internet. Most of these informations you don't even need to pay a dime for. You only need to have time. You only need to spare a few time. You only need to spare a few hours, or rather maybe even kidogo time, so that you do your own due diligence, do your own research. Probably the reason as to why you lost the previous amount was because you didn't do all this. You didn't do your research. You didn't actually confirm what you're paying for, who you're paying to, and all that. So maybe something you can do differently to avoid that occurrence in future is to do your due diligence, do your investigations, just like how rich people do. Rich people do research, and they investigate things before they conclude. Or rather, before maybe I could go back to the previous question of calling everything a scam. I used to feel like everything in the digital space was a scam until I did my due diligence about digital marketing. And despite me being conned earlier, I still went ahead and invested. But this time I was so careful. Okay, I did my due diligence. I went to places I had to go. Like I went to Sam's Nairobi physical workshop. I called him on phone. Even after attending the webinars, attending the lives on TikTok, I still would call him and want to know. I joined his school community, tried to learn more from there. Like, you have ready-made materials. You can borrow books. Like, for example, I have a new ebook that talks about digital marketing and I'm giving it for free. You can just also come for my book, do your due diligence, make a point of coming for the physical workshop, ask around, ask different digital marketers about the business. That is the best advice I can give to her, and I'm very sorry for losing that money. And
Thank
also,
you.
I have someone here by the name Blessed. She said she lost 500,000. It's like, this is so good to be. Oh, she lost 500,000. Oh my God, these amounts are so huge.
To lose, it's better to earn that than to lose it.
Yeah, so do your due diligence before you're quick to conclude that sitawai jingiza in. Some things are your opportunity to make through, are your breakthrough in life. Maybe your breakthrough is not in employment, and maybe it's not even in a physical business. Maybe it's in the digital space. Give it a shot, give it a try by first of all doing your research. Investigate on your own. See, you are learned. See, we all went to school. See, we all have documents in the house. See, when ni mtu umesoma, ni mtu unaweza kusoma na uelewe. Just find materials that will help you understand how the business is and how the business works.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That was so much. Because again, like, when somebody loses their hard-earned money, and it's not good. And online, there are all these kind of things. And let me tell you guys, online is a street. A street on the internet is so many bad things, and also good things are happening there. So doing due diligence, just conducting proper research before investing, wanting to know deeper, wanting to understand it even more, understanding what is the difficult part, ensures you that you do it, and that is the truth. Liz launched her brand new book a few weeks ago, already getting thousands and thousands of downloads. Congratulations, my friend. That is awesome. And what exactly is happening is that is free. My school community is also free. You will go to a classroom, you find a program called 3-hour challenge. That is video lessons, step-by-step breakdown that can explain everything to you in details, free of charge, so that you can be able to acquire this information free in advance. Why? Because information is power. Today, I literally inducted somebody into digital marketing, And she just asked me, what do you do online? And I told them, digital marketing. What is digital marketing? We are promoting digital products online. What are digital products? How do you make money? What? So there was a series of questions, and I told them, let me tell you, my friend, there are so many things you can talk about right now, and if we could start talking about them right away, you would be discouraged, or not really discouraged, but it is way much more above your level at this point. This point, you need to just do simple, proper research. And that's how she
Yeah.
got into the 3-hour challenge, to understand how the 3-hour challenge works and how digital marketing works in total. Now, so thank you so much. That was a well thought question. Now, I do have another question for you here. And
Okay.
this is gonna be a little bit tricky question. And I'm
Yeah.
asking this like somebody who is starting from zero, somebody who is starting from scratch, someone who is starting on behalf of someone who is like, today is my day one, how can I start? So if someone approached you and they came to you and they were like, Liz, I want to do an online business, and genuinely, honestly, number one, I do not have social media followers. I don't have an online presence. And number two, I don't have even the income to start. And number three, I am I am starting from scratch. I want to start from scratch. If that was you, or if somebody approached you in that manner, what would be your first 3 steps? What would be your first 3 steps that you as a person could take, so that they could prepare you to go to the success? Take us like, how would you go, or how would you approach that? What would be your first 3 steps that you could take for you to go towards your journey in success on the digital marketing space? Welcome, my friend.
Hmm. So let me rephrase that question. So you're a beginner, you want to start the online business.
Yeah.
But finances are a problem.
Yeah.
The other thing was
Finances are a problem. Social media presence are problem.
social media presence.
And no idea how to do it.
Yeah. So let me start with no idea how to do it. Okay? Because that is where it all starts.
Exactly.
For example, me, I never had an idea of how it's done. I used to hear about it, but I never had an idea. I hadn't placed my hands on it very well. But how to start is by doing your research, okay? Interacting with people who are already in it. Wanting to know on your own, with your own terms, how the business is done. Once you find that, and you, of course, you're not going to like know everything on the spot, but at least you will have a glimpse of what to do or what you're expected to do as a beginner. All right, at least you have paved some way to your success. Okay, that is the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
After you've known what or how to go, how to start, the next thing you will need is capital. Okay, and of course, if you're starting, someone who is starting digital marketing is someone who is already tired of their current situation. You're broke, you don't have a job, your business is falling, meaning you don't have the money to start this other online business. And I can tell you for a fact that no one has money. Even me, who has already started, now it doesn't mean that I had the money to start. I had zero bob. Remember, I had resigned and I was 2 months out of office. So I had 2 months without salary. Na hiyo mshahara nilikuwa napata at the time, it's not money that I can say I had good savings. So I had zero money when I was starting, but I started anyway. So what did I do to start? And I can tell you something, that pesa ni kutafutwa. Meaning, you get the money. As long as you've understood what you need the money for, you will always look for the money, and you will always find it. If you place your hands on something and you're determined and willing to go with it and fly with it, trust me, you will find ways of maneuvering, just like I
Wonderful.
did.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The other one was social media presence.
Uh-huh.
Social media presence is very important. In fact, that is the heart of this business. That is where everything is. That is what digital marketing is made of. Because if you're not in the internet space, then where are you? If you're not in the internet space, if you don't have a social media, if you're not present in social media, it means that you're doing your physical business up at town. In fact, right now, currently, even physical businesses are showing up in the internet. We have people selling sufurias, duvets, muikos, and all that, and hairs in the internet. So physical businesses have also been taken to the internet space. And someone, you can't compare someone who is selling laptops in town and has a social media page and they do great content, and someone who has a shop in town of the same product, but they are not in social media. Those are two different people with the same business, but two different results. Because the media or social media is very powerful. So suppose you want to start a business, but you don't have a huge following. Personally, I had a following, okay? But I have a live example with my cousin. We are doing things with my cousin, and my cousin started with zero. Like the day she invested, the day she started, the day her website was launched, was the day she opened a TikTok account. Okay? That was the day she opened a TikTok account. So she started from scratch, and I have seen her growth. A few weeks later, akafika 1,000 because of consistency. Akafika 1,000, and she started going live. She's doing so well. She grew her account, she grew her page, and got authentic followers. There's nothing as solid as that. That is solid, because you can't compare with me, because mimi nilianza na a following, not a really big one and not also a really small following. I had a following, but remember, these people had followed me because of things that I used to do previously. Like I used to post content for fun. I hadn't started monetizing my content. So I had time when I was starting, because I had to transform or make them understand that I am now here with a whole new reason, or a whole new purpose. I am now a digital marketer and not a content creator who used to post for fun. So there is that transition of or informing your followers that you are now doing something different. And then now there's this other aspect of starting the page or your TikTok page from scratch, and it is doable. And I have seen someone who is very close to me, that is my cousin, doing that. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Very well. Thank you so much. That was a very, very well thought question, because yes, it is the heart of it's lack of audience. And this question was asked to me the other day, like, among all the other digital marketing skills, which is one skill that stands out from all of them? What is that one skill that outstands all of them? And I was like, the number one skill is getting an audience. It doesn't matter how
Yeah.
do you do it, but get an audience, because the moment you get that audience, you are able to now provide value. Because even if you had the best, let me use hospital as an example.
Yeah.
If I can use hospital as an example, if you had the best hospital that provided the best medical care, but you didn't have patients, it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be good at all. And that's exactly what you have repeated and you have said. Getting an audience is very important. And your audience are not the people who you know, not the people who know you, not your friends and family. Your audience are strangers who need
Yeah.
the product. They are strangers who need that solution, because there is a solution that you are providing. And that was an absolute very, very well thought of. Oh my goodness. Are you guys loving it? Those of us who are watching us, let me see the comments down here that you are loving it. Let me see if you're loving the training so far, if you're loving the class so far, if you're enjoying it. Give me an emoji down below here. a love emoji. If you're loving the class, give me a love emoji. Go to your comments, type a love emoji in your comments, okay? Let's fill the comment with a love emoji. Let me see the comments. Those of us who are already watching us and you are with us, you know, paying very close attention and loving it. Give me a love emoji in the comments if you guys are loving the class so far. Let me see. Are you getting some emojis your end?
Yeah, they can also drop emojis. We see if they are loving it.
Yeah, drop a love emoji in the comments, guys. If you're loving it, drop a love emoji. Let me see. Now, I want us to move another notch, if that's okay with you.
Yes, absolutely.
I want us to talk about trust. How to build trust on the internet. Now, I want to say that so many people have been bruised. So many people have been heartbroken. So many people have been disappointed because of the bad things that are happening on the internet. And literally speaking, the internet has become a different place where, you know, people are scamming others and stealing from each other and all those things. And that makes to achieve trust very difficult. You know, the temperature of trust is very cold, ice cold. And to turn it into vapor takes a lot of time and takes a lot of effort. So, how do you yourself are able to build trust with strangers on the internet who have never seen you, never heard about you? They are complete strangers. How do you build that trust? How do you build that relationship? How do you go about that? Welcome.
Yes, building trust is very, very important. Okay, it's very important because people buy from people they love, like, and trust. Okay, so how do you make people trust you, or how do you make people like have or feel safe around you, and they can actually commit and invest such huge amounts of money with you? First of all, the number one secret about that is consistency. People buy from people they see quite often. If we imagine you see me today, talking about this business, you see me tomorrow talking about the same business, then the next time you'll see me is next week, but two. How will that help me build trust that you can actually trust me? But if I remain consistent, I never pass a day without posting, I never pass a day without talking or showing up in the internet, is very important, because posting every day and being consistent is number one thing or drive that makes people trust and love you, and they can actually invest with you in future. For example, I invested through Sam because I had seen him for the past 7 months. A whole 7 months. So, and someone also invested with him because they had seen him for the past 4 weeks. Every person's timeline is different, and how we feel is very different. But the number one thing as a creator you shouldn't ever miss is being consistent. Consistency is what makes people trust and like you, and they can be able to invest with you in future. Number two is value. What content are you creating? Like, are you giving value to people? Are you giving value? How do I put this? When I say value, I mean, do you give them information that they really need to hear? And information that they truly deserve to hear, or they want to hear? Not really even what they want to hear, but when you're trying to enlighten them about the business, what kind of information do you give? How do you define the business to these people? Is it something that akishasikia ameelewa and they are now interested and they can go all in and invest with you? So number two is giving value. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That is it. Giving value equals building trust. That one I give all the marks. It is so true that the number one way to beat down skeptical, because we are all born skeptical, and therefore the sure way to break down skeptical is to add value, like we are doing right now. You guys are getting value from this conversation. You are learning something. We are adding value. There is one thing or two or three you are going to hear from this talk that probably will change your life. I don't know what it is, but your life might change tonight. That is going to be the value. And that way, there will be no
Yeah.
skeptical. That is how strangers become friends. Because one stranger to the other, you are giving us value by paying attention to our life. Because imagine if there was no audience and it was just two of us. So you are giving us the value by giving us the most precious asset, which is your time. And then on the other side, we are now giving you our tips as digital marketers. That is how we are building a relationship. So many times we have people who come to a physical office and they are like, some even I don't need to be confirmed. I already know. I don't know Liz. I already know. So the relationship has been built long before the meetup,
Yeah.
long before the meetup, until we have reached to the gauge of trust. And the trust has already been built. I am absolutely very excited with that. Now, I want to ask you the last question and then I'm going to throw the ball on your end. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. That is awesome. And this is going to talk about AI because AI is artificial intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
whereby I want us to talk about AI because our audience here are maybe you are hearing about AI left, right, and center. You don't know how what is AI, how is it applicable, what is it of its benefit, is it something dangerous, is it helping. I want, and I know I'm probably going to talk about this about AI in the next phase of this conversation, but I want to throw this to you. How do you um or when you talk about AI and you talk about making money online, where do these two things meet? You know, what is that meeting point of artificial intelligence, the AI and the tools they are hosted on, and digital marketing and making money on the internet? Where do they meet? What is the benefit? What is the value? How do those two things play along? Give us, like, in your best understanding, where do you feel these two things play along?
Wow. You know, we are going, or we are already in the AI phase. AI
Yeah,
is already here with us,
yeah,
and AI is not dangerous. Well, it is dangerous if you use it the wrong way. But trust me, AI has come to make life easy for mankind. This is what I mean. I can't imagine. In fact, Sahi, najulizanga, how was life before ChatGPT?
there was
Because I
Google,
can't fathom.
there was Google, there was Yahoo, there was
Google is still there.
what was it?
Google is
What search
Google is
engines?
still there.
Yeah,
Google is still there. It's still there. Google is still there, and ChatGPT is there. But I don't find myself using Google as much as I use ChatGPT. Now I'm like, how was life before ChatGPT? Because I can't imagine right now surviving without ChatGPT on my phone and on my laptop. If there is a most used app on my phone, it's ChatGPT. And especially if you're a digital marketer, you will need a tool like ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is one of the examples of AI, and it's doing very well. ChatGPT is amazing. ChatGPT, if you learn how to use ChatGPT, there's nothing you can't do in this life. There's no product you can't come up with in this world. I mean, you can create your own digital products very easily through ChatGPT. You only need to know what to tell it, or how to tell it, or the prompts you give it. That is the most important. Okay, so AI is here to make our lives easy and not a threat to us. But if you take it as a threat, okay, it's a threat in real sense because it's threatening to take away most jobs. Okay, not all, but most. What will happen is that there is going to be a limited number of staffs. So what will happen to the rest of the people? The best thing is to learn how to use the tools. And the best thing is to learn how to get yourself in the internet, to get yourself in the digital space. Because if you're replaced by AI in future, it might not happen now, but you're supposed to stop being comfortable where you are. it might not take over your job now or even next year or even in 2 years, but you should know that whenever the time will come, it is going to take it away. So the best thing is to start learning how to use these things and learning what the purpose of these things are. So if we talk about AI and digital marketing, how these two connect is there can't be a whole business running between a digital marketing business and AI without a human being in the middle to bring these two things together so that they bring good results. So you can't just say that you're going to buy the program and become a digital marketer by buying a program, and then just a minute. There you go. So you can't say that you're going to get into the digital space and then you buy AI and then ukae tu hivyo. So these things, what happens, AI is meant to make your work easier by commanding it on what you want it to do. So AI is supposed to help you create content so that you're able to market your digital products. But without you commanding it on what to do or prompting it on what to do, it can never do anything. It's very intelligent, but it's always intelligent under guidance or under commands. You command it and it does the job for you. So what AI will do for you, it will help you do content. And especially if you join the business and you feel like you can't be able to create content by recording yourself due to different reasons. There's so many reasons that will lead people not to want to be seen in the internet. First of all, conflicts of interest. Maybe you're employed somewhere and you want to take this business as your side hustle. So hence you don't want to be seen by your other colleagues or your other boss doing something different in the internet other than what you paid for, right? So what you do, you use AI so that you do a faceless kind of content. You're in the back, behind the curtains, but AI is doing the thing for you. Like you're posting with AI. AI is helping you do the content. Okay. Another reason why people don't really like being seen in the internet, because we are all different, is because people are shy. You're naturally shy. You and I are not the same, right? Because we are different. People are different. So you're shy and we understand. And the owner of the business is a genius because she knew all this. And that's why she brought or gave an alternative of doing something we call faceless content. And now with AI, it makes things even easier. Okay? Yeah, so we have very different reasons why people wouldn't want to be seen in the internet, but AI has you covered. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Wow, thank you so much for your wisdom. Um, that was very very good. Now we had for our audience we had planned this to be a double trouble, all right? So
Yeah.
now I am going to be taking the hot seat, and she's going to be taking the boss seat now, all right? Whereby now she's going to be asking me about other questions. Take us about the next phase or the next part of this live. I'm ready to take them, bring them, all for the benefit of our audience, all for the benefit of the people who are listening in. We want you guys to win.
Yeah.
So you know what? There you go. So we are going to be switching places, and I'm going to be the one who is taking the bullets. Let's do this.
All right. Now, so we all know Sam as the best. In fact, he was even rewarded as the best, or rather, as the digital coach of the year. Meaning he's at least quite experienced. Yeah, that's it. There you go. That's it.
I love it.
So, him being an experienced digital marketer, you've been in the game for 13 months or 14 months.
15 months.
Why? That is 1 year and 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have insights or you have the skills or knowledge that we, people who are just starting, and people who are actually not even started, people who just started, people who are there a few months like me. And yeah, the following questions will help us maneuver through the journey, because the journey is also not as easy, because nothing comes easy in this life unless you're doing things. And what are they called? This is za kwenda kuekelea in the club. What are they called? This
Gambling.
betting, gambling. Yeah, we don't gamble here. At least in gambling, you're sure that utapata pesa there, and then ukiomba vizuri ama ukiekelea bet, you'll get your reward. But in business, unless you're working, you can never get money. There's nothing that comes for free. You have to work for you to make money. There you go. Enough of that. And here is my number one questions for you, Sam. So this is career-wise. Are you
Okay,
ready?
let's do this.
I
I know you are doing this intentionally, yeah? You're adding
Yeah.
tension, yeah?
I'm doing what?
No, you are like yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm
Okay,
anticipating.
fine. So I'll start off with this simple question, because we need to understand why you did this. So what made you choose digital marketing as a career?
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know whether I'm going to call it a career. And my story is
Okay, how
different. Like,
would you call it?
yeah.
How would you call it?
Okay. So first of all, I want to start off by showing you where it all began.
Yeah.
I want to imagine this guy who didn't know what is digital marketing, never understood the term digital marketing because I've never heard about it. It's the first time I'm hearing about digital marketing. I've heard about somebody talk about it on TikTok that this is what is digital marketing, this is what it does. And then I get into digital marketing, I understand what it is, and immediately I say, this is what I want to do. And therefore, when I heard about it, the first time I heard about it, it made zero sense. No sense completely. And then I kept hearing the word and I got more and more interested because to me, it sounded like a way of success. It sounded like a path of success, not knowing exactly how, not because the person explained it way much more better than anybody else, but because I was so much hungry for a way out. I felt trapped. And let me tell you, Liz, once you feel trapped in life,
Yeah.
you do not listen to anything else other than something that is going to give you the freedom or is going to entrap you.
Yeah.
And that was me. I wanted to feel untrapped. I wanted something different. I had already done this every day, waking up to the same job on a daily basis for years, and it got me sick. I wanted something better. I wanted something different. So I want to say that this is what came to me and made sense fast. And that's why I decided I'm going to do this for life. I started this as a side hustle. Never knew I would transition and do it full time. I was doing it on a side hustle. Gave myself 12 months, 1 year. I told myself, let me see how things work for 12 months. And then, if it works, well and good. If it doesn't, well and good. But the point is, I want to find something that I can able to do. That is how I got myself into digital marketing. And because of the simplicity, because of the entry barrier is not so tough. It was a comfortable fit for somebody like me. That is why I chose it, because it made so much sense to get into something that does not require a lot of headache, does not require a lot of human effort. Like, I don't need to have many other people working behind me. Does not require it's literally a hassle-free online business. And that is what I can say, because of the simplicity of doing it, because of how it was hassle-free, because of how it was way much more easier to do it. I decided to do digital marketing because of that reason.
Wow, that's good. That's so inspiring. And I could say that that was also the same reason why I decided to consider something different. Because whenever you feel stuck in life, Ha! There's nothing as worse as that. The year in, year out, you feel like you're in the same place, just zero grazing. Naitanga zero grazing. Because you're just in the same place, no growth, no nothing. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that is very inspiring.
Yeah.
And yeah. So the next question I have for you is for beginners. Okay? Someone who has already started. And so the question is, what's the biggest mistake that you see beginners make when they join the business?
All right. All right. What is the biggest mistake that? So tell me, are we talking about beginners who have already started or beginners who have not yet started? Because the nature of mistakes may vary a little bit. So tell me, which beginner, which one on the side, the one on the other side of the
We wouldn't
fence, or those ones who have already jumped
we
inside the
wouldn't
fence?
mind.
Yeah.
You didn't mind to take us through for both. Tell us the ones who are just yet to start and the ones who have just started. Like there's a thin line between about to start or just started. There's a very thin line between the two. So you can talk about both.
Awesome, awesome. Since Steven, I see your comment. I'm getting back to you in a minute. So let me talk about beginners, those who you haven't started yet. What are the common mistakes that you are likely to do or you have already done and you're forgiven in advance? But these are the common mistakes that I find people who have not started. First of all, is they take too much time thinking than doing. Literally, whenever you have not started something, you are more of thinking about it other than doing. And that is the number one mistake that most beginners do. So look at it